Fragments of sheet music discovered at Auschwitz will be played for the first time next week after being meticulously restored by a composer. Leo Geyer, 31, who is also an orchestra conductor, said he came across the collection of musical manuscripts by chance during his visit to Auschwitz. In 2015, Geyer was visiting the former Nazi concentration camp after being commissioned to compose a score in memory of British historian and genocide expert Martin Gilbert, who in February that year, Geyer, who is not Jewish himself, traveled to Poland to understand the weight of Gilbert's work. While there, he met an archivist at the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum, who told him that remnants of musical scores arranged and played by orchestras had been found at the camp. An orchestra performance at Auschwitz. Auschwitz Memorial. I knew there were orchestras at Auschwitz. And we were talking about because as a musician, that was something interested me, Geyer told CNN in a phone interview on Thursday. Only then did he mention the manuscripts in the archive. I fell over when he first told me. I couldn't believe something like this had gone almost unnoticed for 80 years. A month later, Geyer returned to Poland to review the scores. That's when I realized why it took so long to catch people's attention, he said, explaining that the archive contained 210 pieces of music at varying levels of completion. The music had been largely destroyed, so what's left is almost like a broken jigsaw puzzle, except there are several and they're all mixed together, he said, adding that he has since returned 4 more times. Leo Geyer has been to Auschwitz 6 times since 2015 as part of efforts to recover scores from the Nazi concentration camp. Geyer, who is pursuing his doctorate in music and composition at Oxford University, said he was determined to recreate the pieces and bring them to life. He has done extensive research on testimonies at Auschwitz and the history of music in the camps. He told CNN that most concentration camps had some sort of orchestra made up of prisoners playing whatever instruments they had on hand. At one point there were up to 6 orchestras at Auschwitz, and they were all largely sanctioned by the SS and in some cases commissioned by the SS. He said, they were mostly quite small and had a strange pile of instruments, he said, adding that accordions and saxophones, which are not included in traditional orchestras, were particularly common. Other instruments, such as oboes and bassoons, were completely absent. Holocaust survivor Anita Lasker-Wallfisch holds a portrait herself playing cello, taken in pre-World War II Berlin. During an interview ahead the 60th anniversary Liberation Auschwitz in London on January 18, 2005, Jim WatsonAFP, the Birkenau Women's Orchestra didn't have a cellist for years until they managed to get one, she said. That was cellist Anita Lasker-Wallfisch. She survived the genocide and still lives in Britain.